how do you know if a man is ready to settle down or not ready to settle down? That's what we're going to talk about today on this episode of Secrets of the Mind of a Man. We're going to go deep on this idea of, is he really ready to settle down? Let's go. Hey everybody, I am kelvintroyjohnson and welcome to Secrets of the Mind of a Man, where we help women to understand how men think when it comes to love, dating, and relationships. And so I'm so happy that you're here. Listen, before we get going, we got this great show today, but before we get going, I want you to hit that subscribe button, and then I want you to hit the bell. Boom, hit that bell so you don't miss any future episodes of this show. And if you would, give us a thumbs up. It helps the show get some traction, and we want to get this word out there. I'm telling you, this show is a gem that it hasn't been really understood maybe, or really gotten the publicity that we want yet. But I'm telling you, if you're here and you're watching this, you're going to remember that you got in the early days of this show, and I'm so happy to do it. So if you guys are ready, let's get into talking about this idea, because there's a lot of thought about why men do the things they do, and really I talk to women in our coaching sessions, and they just want to know, like, how do I really know if this guy is actually serious or not? Or is he just playing a game? Or is he just like going along? Like, how do I know if he has any real intentions? And so I'm going to give you six keys to knowing whether a man is really serious and ready to settle down or not. All right, if you guys are ready, let's rock. All right, so let's go. We're going to start from number 6 and work our way backwards, all right? Number six, a man talks about engagement when he's ready for engagement. But if he's not interested in settling down, a man does not use settle down language. That's right. A man does not use settle down language. What's settle down language? Settle down language is, let's get engaged. Okay? Settle down language is marriage. It's kids. It's child rearing. Okay? If he's serious about you and serious about a future with you, and you haven't talked about child rearing, where you would live, combining resources, combining money, bank accounts, like that language, guess what? He's not really serious about a future with you. But a man who is serious has no problem talking about engagement, talking about engagement rings, talking about engagement party, talking about where you might live, where you might work, how the work-life balance will be, who's good at what. All those terms, all those futuristic terms, he'll talk about if he's serious about settling down with you. Number 5. Look, this is a good one. You know he's not ready to settle down if, whatever stage you're at right now, the ultimatum made him do it. That's right. Listen, sometimes, you can push the guy, you can prod the guy, you can convince the guy, you can do all those things, and then he says, okay, we can move a little further. No. Listen, for one thing, you should never have to convince a man to be with you. I hope you heard me. Listen to me again. You should never have to talk a guy into being with you through ultimatums. Either be with me or get going. You know what? It shouldn't even be that. It should be him desiring to be with you and coming after you and wanting to be with you and obtain you and have you in his life for the long haul. Some men will go along with it. Just, he's got nothing else to do. So he'll take you up on your ultimatum of being with you. No, you should never have to make an ultimatum. Give a man an ultimatum. Either he wants you or he doesn't. Number 4, there's no talk of near future plans. Now, we already talked about the future, right? But I'm talking about near future plans. I'm talking about next year this time. Like, where are we going to spend Thanksgiving next year? Would you like to spend Christmas with my family or with your family? Like all of that sort of thing. Where would you like to vacation next year, next summer? Like all that futuristic kind of things to do together. If there's no talk of that, guess what? He's not thinking of a future with you, not even a near future with you. Listen, a man who's thinking about a near future with you is thinking about the summer. He's thinking about how we can spend time together in the future, what we got, what we're working on, how the future will impact the rest of our lives, all of those sort of things. If he's in that stage where he's ready to settle down, that's the good settle down language that you want to hear. Number three, check this one out. When his friends and family comes around, and they start talking about the future, right? Does he cringe from the conversation or is he involved in the conversation? Listen, a man who is not ready to settle down does not want his friends and family to talk to you about the future. Okay? He doesn't want the term the future to come up at all because it impacts him and he doesn't want that. Like he doesn't want to have that conversation and definitely doesn't want to hear it from them. Okay? So that is something that that's an important point, and that's something for you to listen for. Right? When those friends and family come around, they're at the party or they're at the get together and they start looking at you guys and saying, hey, so when are you guys going to tie the knot? When are you guys going to take the next step? Are you guys going to have children? And he's like, no, we're not doing any of that. Right? Guess what? That's your sign. That's your sign that he is not ready for the next level. Number two, check this one out. Number two, you got to get this one. If he doesn't even want to meet your family, if he doesn't want to be around your family, doesn't want to get to know your mom, doesn't want to have conversations with your dad, guess what? There's probably a good reason for that. And the good reason is he doesn't plan on being around that long. So there's no need in his mind of getting to have these conversations with your parents because he doesn't care and doesn't plan on being around and just doesn't want to have that connection and that hold on him, knowing now that he got to know these people and they're going to ask questions. He's got to answer more questions and he's really not into you like that. So if he doesn't want to have conversations, get close to your family, that's a sign. That is a blaring sign that you better pay attention to, that he is not ready for the next level and he's not ready to make the commitment for the future. And the number one, we finally made it to number one. Look, the number one way that you know that he is not ready to settle down, number one is he says it. Listen, a lot of times you ladies, you're not listening. The guy says it. He says it with his mouth. He says it with his behavior. He says it with his body language. He says it. He tells you that he's not ready for the next level. But you try and make him be ready. You see the little spark of greatness. You see the little crumbs of possibility. And you say, you know what? We can build something on a spark. Every fire starts with a spark. Right? Hey, we can take these crumbs and make a cake. Every cake has crumbs. No, you don't need a spark or crumbs. You need somebody who is ready, who says, yes, I am ready for a significant relationship and to build something for the future. Listen, if he's not saying it, because a guy, if you ask him, he'll tell you. But if he's not saying it, guess what? He's not thinking about it, and he is not ready to settle down with you. I'm sorry to tell you, but you know what? It's better for me to tell you now than for you to go through all of this and discover at the end that he wasn't ready. So take these tips and apply these tips and at least start having the conversation with your significant other or the person who's in your life to find out if he really is ready to take that next step in the future. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining us today. I really appreciate you coming through. Look, if you haven't done it already, hit that subscribe button and then hit the bell so you don't miss anything in the future. We got more videos to come. This one was about settling down. Is he ready to settle down? We got much more to go. You guys know there's so many things that are going on in a man's mind when it comes to dating, relationships, and we're going to just try and cover as many as we can. But we're going to go deeper on the Patreon page. Look, become a member of our Patreon community where you can get more details, more specific videos on different kind of angles on dating, relationships, and love. As well, join our membership where you can get a one-on-one with me or some of the other love coaches on the staff, and we can talk about all of this sort of thing. And then there's more videos, more content, more things going on. So join the Love Coach member at lovecoachmember.com and be a part of our community. All right. Till next time, peace and love.